good?
Got Wayne here. Just kidding, it's not Wayne. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not Wayne. Wayne has been pretty busy lately. That's why we haven't uploaded. It's been like a month and a half since we've uploaded. I apologize. Put away your pitchforks. I was like, all right, he's busy, but the show must go on. Show must go on. So we're here. Got Hunter. He's the
Hunter, America's neighbor.
Yeah, he's the intern.
All life.
He's gonna give a little information on himself here. How long have you known me for, roughly?
Known Eric for about, how old are we? I'm 22, so probably about 20 years, probably.
Yeah, we're like little kids. Yeah. And then, I mean, we've been fishing together forever.
Haven't chilled with him since day one. Day one homies.
Day one. What do you do? Like, what's your...
I just graduated from the University of Florida. Got my bachelor's in criminology, so I'm hoping to get a legal assistant soon. So
put away the bad guys.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to help the bad guys get out.
Okay.
Save the bad guys.
Okay, so he's
defense for the bad guys. You know if you got any bad guys.
Alright, so if you guys commit any felonies, this is your guy. Hit him up. I'll link his phone number in the description. Yeah, other than that, there's not much to him.
Quite a storm out there brewing right now.
Oh yeah, that storm. Alright, so what's his name? Dorian?
Dorian. What kind of name do you think that is?
I don't even know.
Is that male or female?
Definitely male.
Yeah, male.
There's actually a guy named Dorian in my Spanish class. But it's kind of funny because I've never met a Dorian in my life, and there just happens to be one in my class. But anyways, what do you think would happen if it hit us? Like, how bad would it be? It's a cat. Well, actually, it's a cat 4 now, but it was a cat 5. I think it's gonna go back up to cat 5. Oh man, the Bahamas got wrecked. It was really bad.
It comes here. I don't know.
So right now they're predicting it to go north. By the time you guys see this video, if you ever see it, if we survive, if I survive, because I'm editing it, he could die. I'm still gonna upload it.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I don't think it's going north. I don't know.
Everybody says it's all the weather people and meteorologists and the it's called the
analysts.
No, the lines.
Oh, the tracks.
Yeah, whatever.
Models.
The models. All the models are saying it's gonna ride the Gulf Stream up to the north, and I don't know. It might. I see the logic behind that. By the way, I have like a lot of history knowing like hurricanes and stuff. I basically did like half a semester just learning about hurricanes in one class, so I know quite a bit, and I could see how that would happen. But at the same time, if it doesn't, it's basically coming right for us. So like I said, by the time this is uploaded, you guys will know what happened. So if I have a computer by then.
Prepared for it? Prepared? Shutters up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm as prepared as I'm gonna be. We pretty much got all our shutters up and stuff. We
Get gas the other day?
got gas, we've got plenty of food, got plenty of beer. Alright, so we're chilling in that department.
Never killed them in the night.
No, I don't know. I killed like. Anyways, if it hits us like that's a Category 5 hurricane, that's like severe.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Probably not waking up.
He's got hurricane windows, so he's alright. But at the same time, I don't know. If like a tree or something, or like a school bus hit the window, like that would be an issue. And I say school bus because I know during like Hurricane Andrew, like school buses and different stuff got thrown all over the place. And then in the Bahamas, I've seen pictures where cars literally just got like flipped over. Not even from storm surge, just from the wind. Because they had gusts over 200 miles an hour, and it was blowing consistently at 185 at one point, which is insane to think about. I mean, if you get hit by like a little stick or something, that's gonna go right through you. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't want to know.
So definitely for future reference, not for this hurricane, because like I said, it's already gonna be uploaded. I know. Don't go out in hurricanes unless it's like a 2 or less.
Unless you're going fishing.
Oh, well, if you're going fishing, all rules fly out the window. But what else we got? So, like, something I wanted to talk about. Do you think people in Florida really take hurricanes seriously?
Yeah, I think people take them serious. I mean, everybody's prepared, it seems like.
I disagree.
But it seems like people are relaxed now, chilling.
Well,
I guess nothing else to do unless you're prepared for it. You're just waiting on to see it come, so.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't think people do in Florida. Today's Monday. The hurricane's supposed to hit tomorrow on Tuesday. I had to work today. There's a lot of people out there playing. There's a hurricane coming tomorrow. Like, not only that, but like, there's countless memes all over the internet about like hurricanes and stuff. People just like poking fun at it and stuff. And it's like, I get that. Like, I'm not somebody who's gonna say, oh, you can't joke about this and that. I think you can joke about anything if it's funny. That's just me personally. I have that opinion. I think if you can make a joke about it, there's no rules. Maybe there's like some too soons type of jokes, but at the same time, if it's funny, it's funny. Like, regardless of how fucked up it is, like, if it's funny, you're gonna laugh and be like, oh my god, that was fucked up. So that's my personal opinion on that. But yeah, there's like a lot of people that I've talked to, they're like, oh, you know, it's not gonna hit us, or they're like, oh, it's not gonna be that bad. And I think those are mostly people who haven't had to deal with, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? No, like, they've been through it and stuff, but they haven't personally had anything bad happen to them. So, like, their roof didn't fly off, their car didn't get smashed by a tree, for example. I think that's generally those people, which tends to be most people. And in Florida, we get a lot of hurricanes. I mean, literally every other year we have, you know, a decent hurricane at least. So, and even if it's not us in particular, it'll be around us. So, like, sometimes it'll go up to like Texas, sometimes it'll hit like Louisiana, Mississippi, sometimes it'll go up to like South Carolina. But they're always around. Every year this time of year, there's always some forming out there. And, you know, in Florida, especially the people who have lived here for like 50, 60 plus years, like, they don't give a shit. They're just like, right through hurricane and whatever. I lived through Andrew. Like, okay, whatever, man. You got any takes on that?
No, I agree. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I guess people are more relaxed
Laid
about
back.
it.
Like, if you look like people who are like on social media and stuff, if they're like not in Florida, if they're like in other parts of the country, they're like, oh my god, Florida's gonna get a hurricane, and everybody in Florida is just like, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But at the same time, like I said, I've done a lot of, I've gotten a lot of education on hurricanes and stuff, and learned a lot of stuff. And it's definitely not something you want to play with. And then you get those idiots that are just walking outside, unless they're fishing. Like we said, if you're fishing, you can do whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you're not fishing and you're out there in the hurricane, you're like wasting your time. Like, what are you doing? You're gonna die, like, for no reason.
One tree branch, yeah.
One branch, one rock, one car fly in the air and hit you. There's a lot. And then if you're close to the beach, there's storm surge, and that's devastating. I mean, for one thing, you're not gonna have like a foundation level.
Yeah.
Like, that's just gonna soak the drywall and stuff. You have to rebuild, move, do whatever. And a lot of people don't have the money for that. Even if you do, it's, you know, at the very least a huge inconvenience that nobody wants to deal with. So, something else. How do you think the hurricanes tend to affect the fishing generally? Because this guy has a boat. He goes out quite a bit, so.
I mean, a lot of times it's all about fishing. It's all about the pressure. So when the pressure changes greatly, it's either fishing can be fire or it can be miss. You can nothing but.
So it's like a hit or miss type of
Yeah,
deal.
it's hit or miss. But usually it's good for diving. It's gonna bring in lobster from deeper water.
Okay. So they'll come in to like feed off or
yeah,
whatever that gets washed
in
out.
Hurricane Wilma, they saw them. They go up on the beach. Lobster actually go up on the beach.
Really? So they probably got washed in from the storm surge,
Yeah,
and when the water receded.
Freeze them out. hopefully it'd be or not. I'm planning on going. Hopefully before the storm and after. Maybe
Well, yeah, well that would be freshwater, not saltwater.
Yeah,
He's not going out in the boat during the hurricane. Don't worry.
This weekend we're out there. We'll see how it is, but
maybe I'll get an invite for that.
we shall see.
Yeah, I don't have quite as much saltwater experience as him, but I've done quite a bit of saltwater fishing, so I sort of agree, I guess. But I do, or in the past, I've done more freshwater fishing overall than saltwater fishing, and I could say after a hurricane, it's generally pretty awesome. We have a canal back
especially
here.
if our canal gets high.
Yeah, we have a canal back here behind our
Canal
house. We're
gets up
neighbors,
like-
by the way. I
Our
don't
canal
think we
gets
mentioned
up like
that.
5 feet higher
Yeah.
than usual.
Or more.
Yeah. We also seen whirlpools out there.
We've seen
Yeah,
crazy.
we're almost got sucked into it.
We've seen some crazy stuff out there. I've seen.
We've almost been shot out there.
We've almost been shot. I've seen 40-inch snook out there. I've seen what else? Just crazy stuff. Stuff you like wouldn't really imagine. And that's. I'm not even gonna get into some of this stuff. But out there, especially like when whenever the water gets high, so if we get a lot of rain, that's always really good for the fishing. The snakeheads specifically, I swear to God, these 30 inchers just come out of nowhere. They're not normally in there, and they literally are just chilling there in pairs. Yeah, it's usually not very good. In the past, it used to be good, but now it's not very good. But anytime the water gets high, I swear to God, every 50 feet, there's like a pair, and it's insane.
We're hoping it gets high.
Yeah, if it gets high, we're definitely gonna get out there Wednesday after the storm moves through and see if we can hook up on some thick river chickens.
Yeah, we have the snakehead tournament coming up too.
Yeah.
The last one sponsored by KB Custom Baits. So we placed fairly well throughout the years.
Yeah, we've done pretty well in those snakehead roundups.
I think we came in second. We came in second.
Yeah, we came in second.
Top 5 a few times.
One time I went with one of my buddies and would have gotten first. Swear to God, would have gotten first. We got second, but we would have gotten first if we would have kept one fish. There was one fish we threw back. It was a little baby. I got a big heart, so I was like, I don't want to kill the baby. Even though you're supposed to, I was like, I don't want to kill the baby. And it was early too, so it was like, we're gonna catch plenty of other fish. Threw it back. We only caught 4 fish for the rest of the day.
It hurts. It hurts.
I mean, if we would have had that fish was probably, I'd say maybe 2 pounds max. Probably not even. It was probably more like a pound and a half. But if we would have kept that fish, we would have won because we only lost by I think 5 or 6 ounces. It really hurts to this day. But what can you do? So, like, what's your favorite fish to catch overall? Just in general, saltwater,
freshwater definitely is the snakehead.
Okay.
Saltwater, I say, I love catching walleye. It's fun fighting fish.
I hear that. For me, if I was to go freshwater, I would say probably peacock bass. I like them a little better than snakeheads. I've caught so many snakeheads in my life. I mean, I've been doing it since I was like 5. It's like whatever at this point. Peacocks, on the other hand, I haven't caught as many. They're fun to catch. They jump out of the water a little bit more often. The colors are, they're beautiful fish. I mean, snakeheads, they have this reputation for being ugly as hell.
I like him.
It depends on the time of year. If you get those males that have that golden stripe on them, it's beautiful. But like most of the year, they're pretty ugly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about snakeheads, so he said they're ugly. The camera cut out. And then I said so I said peacock bass would be something, probably my favorite fish to catch in freshwater. Well, actually, I might go with catfish because I really like catching catfish, like channel cats and blue cats and stuff. Those are really fun to catch. So I'm gonna
disagree about that.
Well, have you caught big channels
I
or
little small catfish right behind Rainbow Middle School all the time?
small ones?
At least I wasn't.
Those are bullheads. I'm talking about big ones. Remember that one big one I caught that one time? Alright, that was one time. Fisher was there, right? Fisher was there.
Catch a big one.
I caught a huge channel cat. I mean, as far as channel cats go, it was pretty. No, as far as channel cats go, it was big. So we were fishing in the spot. We normally catch like little bullheads and stuff, like 5 pounds max. And one day we're out there, throw my bait out. It was, I swear to God, it was the tiniest bait I ever used. Throw that bad boy out there. My line starts ripping out. Pick it up, reel that thing in, get it close. We assume it's a snakehead just because of the way it's fighting. It's taking big runs and it's like really hard to bring in. So I'm bringing this bad boy in. We get it close. We see it. We all lost it. We completely lost it. We were like, oh my God. I mean, the channel cat was like this big. I weighed it on a scale. It said 13 pounds. I don't think that was very accurate. It looked a lot bigger than that. I would say 20, 25 personally. I think the scale was just messed up because like it had got a lot of water and stuff into it. So I don't know. It's not an excuse. Like I legitimately think it was over 13
Yeah, it was a
pounds.
big fish.
It was by far the biggest thing we've ever caught out of there. Never caught anything close to that in that body of water since, but yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, maybe channel cats or channel and blue cats. And then for saltwater, I don't even know. There's so many species. It's gonna be grouper for sure. Good fight, good pull, and then got some meat left over to chew on. So yeah, that's our fishing stuff. Now, something we got in common is we both have been a fan of country music since we were like little jits. So, how long have you been listening to it?
Just basically my whole life. I was raised on it.
Same here. So, how do you think the music has changed from?
I mean, I think it's drastically changed over time. It's more recently it's transformed more to like pop rather than like true country, which some of it I like, some of it not a big fan of, but I don't know. I'm not sure how it's going to play a role in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I started listening to it, it was like early 2000s basically. I was born in 98, so like I didn't really have consciousness, I guess, until like 2001 probably.
Yeah.
So at that point, from then on, it was Kenny Chesney, Alan Jackson, Brad Paisley. You know who were the guys. I mean, I grew up on that, and if you look at music today, like he said, it's like a lot poppier in the country music industry. I think it's because they're seeing these pop artists make so much money. They're like, well, if I cater to that crowd, I'll get those people as well as the country people, which...
That is true, but you might lose some of the country people as well.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think, in a way, they're right, but they're losing some of the people who are more country. And a lot of those people tend to be more conservative in their the way they do things. They like things, the way they are. They don't really like change too much. So the fact that they're changing the music, those people don't generally like that. And personally, I don't really like it that much either. I've never really been a big fan of pop music at all. So the fact that they're going more pop, it's just not very appealing to me. And they have brought people in from, the pop sort of area as well into country music because of that. Exactly. So I really don't think they've gained a whole lot. They've just sort of shifted their audience, which I don't think they really expected to do. But they might be making more money because of that. And at the end of the day, that's sort of what matters to them, at least. If you're an artist, you want to make money.
Country music like Old Town Road.
Would you put that? That's interesting.
Yeah, iTunes is in the country genre. So.
Is it?
It was.
Okay. I mean, I sort of get that, and I'm not gonna lie, I like that song. It's a good song, but like, it's kind of country, but it's kind of really not. What was that? That's a good point. I mean, and I think that really did take a lot of people who were into country and sort of put them into hip hop. And I would say that was really successful as far as.
The song was definitely.
I mean, as far as
Number
trying to
one
do
for-
that, as far as trying to branch the two genres,
No,
I
that's
think
true.
it sort of did that. I think it did it better than these artists who are trying to take pop and country and put them together. You know, because I mean that song,
No, it's number
Yeah.
one for 17 weeks. That's a long time.
you could get down to that song. I
Yeah.
don't care who you are. So it's like
No, it's not. Yeah, it's long and long.
maybe I don't know. Maybe for these people who are doing the pop country type of thing, maybe they just need something like that just sort of clicks. But for me, personally, it just sounds like it's all the same. It's just this.
Auto tune.
Yeah, it's like basic lyrics like, oh, she used to love me. And it's like, I don't give a shit.
That's really.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I get it at the same time that they want to try to change the genre, because at the same time, any genre of music, it has to evolve and it has to sort of become something else. So like for example, something I've been listening to quite a bit lately, rock music. If you go from the 60s all the way to say the 90s, it's completely different genre. Not to say that it's not better or worse,
Yeah.
but it's completely
Yeah.
different. So you got in the 60s, you got like the Doors, you've got Led Zeppelin. In the 90s, you've got like Pearl Jam and like Nirvana. You
Where
probably
Where the Who fall out.
the Who?
Yeah, where they at?
They started in the 60s and then in the 70s. But you know, Beatles were 60s. They were more of a,
BJs.
they were more of a pop band though. Huh?
What? You're the BJs?
BJs?
The Bee Gees.
Oh, Bee Gees. That's disco. That's not even.
No, I thought you were a big fan of Bee Gees.
Never liked the Bee Gees. That's what I was gonna say. This guy's like BJ's? Like, what? No, we're not gonna cut that. No, the Bee Gees, that's disco. That's,
I know your
70s.
family's big fans.
my brother is, but I'm not. So yeah, but yeah, like if you look at like, the 60s rock bands compared to the 90s rock bands, it's completely different. Like the Doors compared to Nirvana, for example, I mean, it's a night and day. But the difference is they were making good music, both of them. These days with country, something as close as the 2000s to the, I guess, 2010s you would call this. I don't think the 2010s is that good, personally. Like I said, it's very basic, very just, it seems like they don't put a lot of effort in.
Everybody
Sort of
has the
similar to
same-
how hip hop is these days.
Everybody has the same sound. Everybody produces the songs.
And pop music. Yeah, exactly. Everything's the
The
same.
sound is same. Changed a little bit.
And you have a lot of one-hit wonders as well,
There is, but
which I think is
that's
sort
off
of
to
a...
them. They have more money than me.
Yeah, that's the same. You can't count that out, but it depends what's important to them. If they want to make money, I guess as far as that being the measure of success, they're successful. But I don't know. For me personally, it just doesn't really do it for me. But like I said, if they're making money, if they're getting, all these sales and stuff, kudos to them. That's, they're doing a good job. So, who would you say is like still country in the genre?
I mean, one of the most known, I guess, that's still around is Jason Aldean, I would say.
Yeah.
He still wins a lot of CMA awards.
So how about like younger people then?
Younger people?
People who have come in like 2018, 19.
I'd say one of the biggest names up and coming is Kane.
Alright, the camera shut off. What were you talking about? Jason Aldean, right?
Oh yeah, he said he used to consistently awards every
I
year.
think he's gonna go down as one of the goats of that
Yeah.
genre. Because he's, over the years, I mean, he started in what?
He's been around a long time.
Probably 2005-ish,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. He's been in the mainstream, thing.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously he
pretty
started
long
before
time.
that, but yeah, I mean, he's been in the spotlight for a while, and I think that, for him, you know, and for anybody really, would just sort of speak volumes of, you know, the content that they're pushing out. And yeah, he's one of the best to do it, in my
Yeah, he's
opinion.
one of my favorites.
I haven't personally liked his stuff that much, but I do like it better than a lot of the pop country that's been coming out lately. The Dan and Shay's,
No, I can't.
the Dan and Shay's, the Old Dominions, the Chris Lanes, the
Yeah,
it's like Chase Rice.
I like that's my boy right there. I will not be hating on him.
You get on 2 knees for Chase Rice, that's for sure. But for me personally, the people who, well, did you answer the question actually? Who's going to carry on? Who's country still? I guess. Who's going to carry on that country?
Carry on, like current.
Yeah, who's new? Who's fresh, new? For me, I would say Luke Combs, and John Party. Those are the two.
I like those two.
Yeah, they're.
Solid.
I mean, their country. Of all things, John Party's from California, of all places.
Oh, wow.
So it's like,
I know that.
yeah, it's like Northern California, I think, though. So it's not like LA or anything. Because then, like, he wouldn't be accepted into the genre. They'd be like, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah.
No, but those two I think are country, and if they can, you know, sort of, I mean, they're already at the top of the genre. Those are like household names that you just know. Like they're like, yeah, those guys are like, you know, legit. If those guys continue to be on top and maybe inspire other people to sort of keep that country, that twang, whatever you want to call it, into the music and just make it more country than pop, you know, I think that would really help the genre out and just sort of get us through, I guess, this rough patch you would call it that we're in, where, you know, it's a lot more pop than anything. And I, like I was saying before, I get why they want to make it more poppy and make, you know, get those people into it. And it's nice to get people into that genre, new people who wouldn't be in it. But like at the same time, there's a line that should be drawn, maybe not, you know, specifically, but. And then Justin Moore, he's also really good. He's country. He keeps it country.
Do you think this is ever going to die out?
It depends. If people follow in the footsteps of Luke Combs, John Party, and Justin Moore, I don't think so. But if people fall into the footsteps of Dan and Shay, Chase Rice, and Chris Lane, then yeah, I think it might. It might just merge into pop. It might be a sub-genre into pop. So, and that's personally not something I want. You know, I like country being its own genre, being, you know, what it is. You know, it's straightforward, it's gritty, it's, you know, heartfelt, I guess. You know, it's probably the most pure form of music we have today. You know, if you think about it. You know, pure as in, you know, the closest thing we have to like blues, which I'm sure is still like blues, but you know, nowadays it's just, you know, either rapping, which isn't singing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with rap, it's good stuff, but it's either that, or we got pop, which has a lot of auto-tune, has a lot of just different sounds, and then you go like on this extreme end of the spectrum, you go to like EDM and stuff.
I like EDM a little.
There's nothing wrong with
I
EDM.
don't understand an EDM concert, listen to robots and music for 3 hours, but
Yeah, I mean EDM, it's you know, following. I get it completely, but you know, it's
great variety videos.
yeah, EDM has its place, but like I'm saying, it's not pure at all. Like there's nothing pure
That's
about
computer
EDM.
making that sound.
Well, no, it's not computer. It's a DJ. Yeah,
DJ making the sound off of computer.
Yeah, exactly. But so you got, you know, that, and then what else do you have these days? You don't really have a whole lot of rock music these days, but still, that's not as pure as country in my opinion. Country, you know, you got acoustic guitar for the most part. Just very simple, very reliant on the lyrics. You know, nice beat, whatever, but not like in the way that some of these other genres have it. It's pure. What can I say? Anyways, I don't personally think it's gonna die out because I think these people are gonna carry on the genre. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it'll die out. I think it'll continue. I don't know. I think it's going to continue to merge with pop still for a little bit.
For me personally, I wouldn't mind if that pop country and then the country sort of went its separate ways. And these pop country people just sort of went to the pop, and it was like, yeah, pop country's a thing, but it's pop music, it's not country music. And then country music sort of stayed country music. So you'd have people that are, still in this genre.
Yeah, the people, all a lot of people, so.
We didn't mention any women either. I don't want to leave the women out here. So, like, who are some of these women that we have in the genre? Kelsey Ballerini, she's like pop country. Carrie Underwood, she's pretty country. Carrie Underwood used to be really good. Miranda Lambert, she's country. Who else do we have? A lot of these are that's why I say there's a lot of one-hit wonders or two-hit wonders, whatever you want to call them. That they just come in, they have 1-2 good songs, and that's it. Nobody knows about them. You don't have a whole lot of Jason Aldean's, Kenny Chesney's, Brad Paisleys, Alan Jackson's. If you want to take it back further, Willie Nelson's, Johnny Cash. These types of people in the genre anymore, and it's kind of sad. But like I said, I think it'll recover. We're going to get through this rough patch. This generation's still sort of figuring itself out. We don't really know what we're doing yet as a whole. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, it's good points. Like you said.
I think that's about all we got time for. We appreciate you watching.
So much comment.
Yeah. Hopefully we survive. Thanks for watching. You know what to do. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Leave a comment. I don't care if it's hate. You can leave some hate too. I love it. We just want some comments. Alright? Let's get some hype in here for Hunter.
And you talk smack on those comments. I'll be talking smack back. Don't worry.
Like I said, I'm leaving his phone number. If you're a felon, hit this guy up. Let's get some Where's Wayne in the chat. Where's Wayne? And yeah, see ya.
Take care.